Hey out there, all you viewers to play later, how we doing today? I know a little bit ago we took a look at the Space Wolves Combat Patrol. Today we're going to take a look at a different one. Now, I will be honest with you, when I saw it, I went, ooh, tank. I had to get it. And then I started getting a little worried about, are the Ultramarine symbols going to be embossed into the plastic? Because I thought to myself, it doesn't say it's an Ultramarines combat pack. But, okay, let's bring it to the channel. There's the back with basically all you're getting. A Reaver Lieutenant, what are you guys? Suppressors, Squad Infiltrators, big-ass Snipers or Eliminators, and where are you? An Impulsor Grav Tank. Now, this guy's about 120 bucks on Amazon. It is Prime eligible, and that's kind of current as of Thursday, July 14th, 2022. I like these combat packs because if you're starting out, it is an incredible way to add a lot of troops to your growing force. If you have a big combat patrol or big unit or big your own chapter or whatever, this is an excellent way to add some reinforcements. One thing I love, though, about GW is they've really switched over to all plastics on things, so it makes things a lot easier because, man, when I was in it in second generation, everything was pewter, and your box set's got a little heavy, all right? All right, come here. Now, along with everything else GW's been doing, they give you an instruction guide on how to put everything together, which I thought was really cool, and for some reason, this one was a lot easier to assemble than the Space Wolves pack, for some reason. Pay attention to the instruction thing, because it guides you through everything like you wouldn't even believe. I mean, to me, like, the blue parts that they're showing are like the current parts that you're working on. But just like everything else, you know, they show it. And I will show you the box set here in a moment, because I have it basically all the way painted. I will say on my tank, this one thing right here screwed up the whole tank. I got these backwards, but I'll get to that in a moment. You really want to pay attention to, you know, what you're doing with everything, because, like I said, it prevents problems down the road. Now, if you've ever put a model kit together, you guys know they come on sprues, and I believe that was the tank, because everything's gone. And everything's got a number. Generally, like, you know, with this one right here, depending which way you choose, you're going to have a lot of pieces left over. So always save those, because you never, ever, 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 get the clue, ever, know what you're going to want to change in the future on something else, and you've got extra parts. That way, if you want to convert anything, or as they're calling it nowadays, kit bashing, it makes it a little easier. But, like, for this Combat Patrol pack, I'll be honest, you pretty much just have heads left over from the Marines. They really didn't give you a lot of different options, but this is the one that I didn't get. They gave you, as people love to call them, tactical rocks. I just couldn't put them on. They did give you a bunch of transfer sheets, but they were all Ultramarines, and I don't use Ultramarines, so those are probably going to get recycled somewhere, if you know exactly what I mean. Alright, so let's take a look at the box set. Now, I've got pretty much all of it painted, except for the Snipers, and I'm on the last two of the Infiltrators, but there's the Reaver Lieutenant. I don't know, I thought it was neat. I was happy to get it in. I'm like, if I ever do a unit of Reavers or a big thing of Reavers, that could be the commander. But if not, it was just fun to paint, you know? I don't know what they call these, the suppressors. I just like guys with jump packs or grav shoot, you know, the grav shoots and everything, being able to hop right into combat with grenade launchers and, you know, basically autocannons. Just jumping right in from the sky and being like, gah, 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 gah. I thought it was kind of cool. It always makes me worried, though, just because of that. That's basically how, I know it's plastic on plastic, and, you know, with super glue it melts and it bonds. I just hope it's a good, you know, good seal. bit here. Let's get the other guys out. And those are the other two from that unit. Now, if you know Space Wolves, because they're heavy, these guys are considered heavy support, you got the white right shoulder pauldron. So, these guys were fun to paint. And I don't know if you believe that, how should we say, superstition about Games Workshop stuff. Freshly painted models die quick. So pretty much everything I got is freshly painted, and yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath soon on the battlefield. Alright. Now, there it is. The big old tank. This thing caused me a lot of fits. Alright? The two pieces right here, like I said, I got them reversed. You would not believe how much super glue is holding that together, but it screwed up things all over the tank. Like pieces not fitting properly. Pieces not sitting well. Plus the fact I should not have put on the top here with, you know, the autocannons, whatever they are, because it made it a real pain in the you-know-what to get to stuff in the back. Real pain in the... Not to mention the little hover treads here, whatever you want to call them, the little grav pads. I should not have glued those to the model. I should have painted them separately. I should have done an assembly paint, but I didn't because I can't see a lot of it here that I can show off. But if you look down there, you can see some white from the primer that I could not get to. So essentially, this thing's a bunch of screw-ups, but I like it. You know, I like the fact that you got a grav tank. I like the fact that it's got the open back so guys can just basically jump right out of the back and get into combat. And yeah, I put some scenery on the bottom. Hey, you know I'm filming over here, right?
Sorry. It's just I'm used to voicing, so...
I put, you know, the scenery on the bottom, even though I know you can't really see underneath. I know what's under there. And yes, I did super glue that right in place. But for some reason, everything shifted a little bit to the side. So if you take a look, my little grav tank is kind of hovering on an angle like the owner's drunk and trying to avoid a DUI stop. Alright, and I'm not going to show you every guy in that unit, well, every guy in that 10-man unit. But, I don't know, the little infiltrators, I do like the fact that they have the... Excuse me a second.